Canelo. Like I said, I've been saying this. I don't think size win fights. I think skills do. So yeah, I think like being a southpaw with good movement and sharp boxing, it'd be hard for Canelo with that high guard to walk him down and load up on them big hooks. I think Bud would be Canelo.
How is Crawford, his composure going to be like the moment a punch lands on him from Canelo?
Are you kidding me? Take that question back.
Yeah, why?
Because you're talking about Crawford.
Yeah.
He's
the weight classes.
He's the most composed guy. Yeah. What, you don't think he'll be prepared? You think it'll be a shock to him?
The long-awaited face-off between Saul Canelo Alvarez and Terence Bud Crawford finally unfolded in electrifying fashion during the high-stakes press tour leading up to their massive super middleweight collision, scheduled for September 13, 2025, in Las Vegas. This meeting wasn't just a stare-down, it was a charged theatrical moment captured by the global media during Riyadh season's spectacular press rollout. Under the searing lights, both men stood inches apart, trading intense stares and bold declarations of dominance. Canelo's cold, unflinching gaze clashed against Crawford's composed, unbothered focus, each signaling the clash of worlds to come. This is more than a fight. It's a generational war between two of boxing's most respected pound-for-pound kings, and the energy surrounding their confrontation promises a bout that could define the era. As fans from both sides brace for impact, the boxing world is calling it what it truly is: a once-in-a-lifetime showdown for undisputed super middleweight glory.
Unrelated to this fight, but Turkey made it seem like you weren't going to be promoting the Terence Crawford-Canelo fight. Is there anything you can kind of clear up on that?
He made it feel like I wasn't?
Yeah, well, he said that someone else was promoting it. He didn't say no TKO, he just didn't include your name in a tweet, and people kind of freaked out online about like, where'd Dana go?
I'm going to tell you what's awesome, man. So, there's a lot of things about boxing, but they don't say shit. I mean, nobody talks. It's the most amazing thing.
Canelo Alvarez, the pride of Mexico and one of the most decorated fighters of the modern era, comes into this bout as the reigning and undisputed super middleweight world champion. A dominant force across 4 separate weight classes, Canelo's resume reads like a who's who of boxing royalty. Known for his explosive power, extraordinary counterpunching, and granite chin, Canelo has dismantled former champions with surgical precision. From his early days as a teenage prodigy to his conquest of titles at middleweight, junior middleweight, light heavyweight, and super middleweight, Alvarez has done it all. And now, at the peak of his powers, he steps into the ring with a legacy already intact, but a new threat standing in his path.
You fought Floyd Mayweather at what? Were you 23?
23.
That's so fucking young.
Yeah.
What was that like?
I trained so hard, and now obviously I try to beat him, because you know, if you beat him, you want to be the best in the world at 23.
What do you think was so impressive about him?
His experience, he's so smart. He have everything in a fighter, you know, a complete fighter. He don't have power in the punches, but when you that kind of fighter, you don't need it.
You think that was the toughest fight you faced?
No.
What do you
I
think
think it's tough fights and difficult fights. That was a difficult fight.
Canelo is beating these guys with all 5 layers of defense. Number 1, feet. Number 2, elbows, hands, shoulders, and the mind. This is exactly how both of those guys got to the highest level of boxing supremacy. Canelo Alvarez means to the Mexican fans what Floyd Money Mayweather meant for black people. 50 wins in boxing, no losses, no draws. And follow for more.
Terence Crawford, hailing from Omaha, Nebraska, is widely considered one of the most complete fighters of his generation. A multi-division world champion, Crawford has held belts in 4 separate divisions: lightweight, light welterweight, welterweight, and most recently, light middleweight. Best known for his switch-hitting style, unshakable composure, and devastating knockout power, Crawford reached his apex after becoming the undisputed welterweight champion by dismantling Errol Spence Jr. His rise has been methodical, not meteoric, built on skill, precision, and a relentless drive to prove doubters wrong. Now, in a quest to etch his name into history, he's gunning for Canelo's crown at 168 pounds, a move that's as bold as it is historic.
We have to talk about this. Terence Crawford just tweeted, Canelo versus Crawford is definitely by far the biggest fight in boxing. This guy is not playing around. Alright? Crawford, pound for pound #1. Canelo, biggest star in boxing still at the moment. anywhere. I'm not talking about just in the US, Mexico, the UK, everywhere. Canelo is now open. At first it was, hey, I can't go down to 160. I can't do a catch weight of 160. If he wants to fight me, it's gonna be at 168. Plus, I'm not gonna get any credit if I beat a Terence Crawford. It would be like Terence Crawford fighting Tank, moving 2 weight classes up, and I'm not gonna get credit for that. Terence Crawford is a special fighter. He is like a Floyd and a Manny that can move up to weight classes, carry his power, can beat up bigger guys. He's a special.
Saul Alvarez is no stranger to dominance. With a professional record of 63 wins, just 2 losses, and 2 draws, including a staggering 39 knockouts, he has forged one of the most ironclad careers in boxing. His journey through the weight classes has been nothing short of legendary, capturing world titles at junior middleweight, super middleweight, and even venturing into light heavyweight territory. In 2021, he made history by becoming the first undisputed super middleweight champion in boxing's 4-belt era, a feat few in the sport have matched. His technical discipline, body punching mastery, and in-fight adaptability have turned him into a nightmare matchup for anyone stepping into the ring.
Listen, Canelo needs to understand he's a different fighter now. The deterioration is there. He's not the same guy. He's not that destroyer who's looking for knockouts early and keeps a pace and a pressure on you. He throws 30 punches around. You're not the same guy. So telling everyone you're going to knock them out and then going into, 6 decisions in a row now? Scores a knockdown every time, power's still there. The problem is the pace and the ability to carry on and push. That's the real difference, and that comes with age. He's 34 going on 45 at this, as far as I'm concerned. He's got a ton of fights, been around for a long time, doesn't have that same desire, the same drive to take the chances against these younger, bigger guys, because he is fighting younger, bigger guys. So you got to keep that in mind.
At 5 feet 8 inches and 34 years of age, Canelo remains a finely tuned machine. His blend of timing, footwork, and devastating combinations make him a dangerous assignment for even the best technicians. While younger fighters are constantly trying to outpace the aging champion, Canelo has made a career of dissecting styles and exposing weaknesses. His most recent dominant outing, a clinical unanimous decision victory over William Skull in May 2025, reinforced his status as a pound-for-pound titan. He may be older, but his fight IQ, sharp counters, and rock-solid fundamentals continue to eclipse rising stars who underestimate him.
When he fought Canelo and he was like standing right in front of Canelo and Canelo's just whiffing, it was a life lesson. And then you look at how good Canelo's head movement got after that fight when he realized it. I mean, my God, when he fought Danny Jacobs and Canelo's just standing right in front of him, bobbing. That's all what he learned from fighting.
For Terence Crawford, talk of being undersized has always been laughable, and he made that crystal clear ahead of his super middleweight challenge. "We're the same height," Crawford pointed out. "He's 5 feet 8 inches, I'm 5 feet 8 inches, and I've got the longer reach." Crawford dismissed the narrative that he's stepping into the ring with a physical disadvantage, reframing the real difference. Canelo has spent time in heavier divisions, while he's climbed the ladder more gradually. Still, Crawford made one thing clear: size alone doesn't win fights. Timing, discipline, and tactical execution do. And in those areas, he believes he has the edge. With reach in his favor and confidence in his corner, Crawford isn't just stepping up in weight, he's stepping into history on his own terms.
Fight, realistically left your mind once he said he's not interested, or you're still pursuing it?
Not at all. I think business talk. With the right business come across the table, it'll happen. I just be talking, man. Canelo a big dude, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I believe in my abilities. He's a heavy dude, but he's not a big guy. Like, he's 5'8", I'm 5'8", you know what I mean? My arm's longer than his, so that fight would be good.
How is Crawford, his composure, going to be like the moment a punch lands on him from Canelo?
Are you kidding me? Take that question back.
Yeah, why?
Because you're talking about Crawford.
Yeah.
He's
the weight classes.
He's the most composed guy. Yeah. What, you don't think he'll be prepared? You think it'll be a shock to him? No. He's already moved up 3 weight classes. So now you're talking 6 if you add on 3. Crawford has the ability to slow things down in the ring that very few people have, and to see things that nobody else can see because he slows it down. Yeah, he's got great power, he carried it up. Yeah, he's got good hand speed. Yeah, he's got all that. He's got good technique. His coaches do a tremendous job with him. But The timing is impeccable. It's better than anyone else's. Why? Because of this. When a guy has that ingredient, and very, very few have, I can't count him out in anything.
Canelo Alvarez initially downplayed the idea of a fight with Crawford, dismissing it as media noise. But that changed. Once the financial and legacy implications became impossible to ignore, Canelo leaned in, willing to fight anyone who brings purpose and price to the table. For Crawford, the decision to skip a tune-up bout before moving up to 168 was bold, but calculated. Facing Canelo without a warm-up was a statement. No excuses, no delays, just war. Still, many analysts remain skeptical. Some argue Crawford is taking a monumental risk, a leap not just in weight, but in danger. Others see it as a money play, questioning whether this is a legacy-defining opportunity or a glorified cash-out. The boxing community remains split. Is this the moment where Crawford cements his greatness, or will it be remembered as the night he flew too close to the sun?
Terence Crawford gonna beat Canelo Alvarez, we need to talk about it. When we look at the guys who've had success with Canelo, we'll look at Bivol, we'll look at Golovkin, we'll look at Floyd, and we'll look at Lara. Yes, I'll throw Lara in there, why not? I think all these fights are absolutely irrelevant coming into this bout. Some of them are just dated, or some of these guys' style just cannot apply. For example, a guy in Lara. If Crawford wanted to fight how Lara fought Canelo, he would probably gas out in 7 rounds, or if he made it 12, he just wouldn't get that decision. It's that simple. Let's take a guy in Golovkin. Crawford just simply does not have the punching power, nor do I think he has the gas tank at 68. He's not a good enough puncher to try to fight Canelo like Golovkin. He doesn't have the physical traits, even in the chin department. Then you have Floyd Mayweather. While both can have a bit of similarities, the speed, reflexes, technical prowess, IQ, timing, counterpunching, lateral movement, it's just too much from Floyd. I don't think Bud could take much from Floyd's game plan to implement it into his own success in September. And then you have Dimitri, the speed, the technical prowess, the IQ, the length is too much. So essentially, Terence Crawford is going to have to beat Canelo in a way that nobody has ever beaten him or gave him any issues in. I'm going to tell you exactly how Crawford's going to fight. He's going to fight like his damn self. It's too late in his career to change up the game plan. It's too late in his career for him to want to change up the game plan coming to a fight of this magnitude with a style he's never fought before. That will be a recipe for disaster. He's going to be more than likely off the back foot. He's going to be looking for counter shots. And I think there will be a point in this fight where he's simply just trying to survive. I like Crawford. He's an amazing pound-for-pound fighter. Different animal at 168. This is one of the greatest of all time. I see win scenarios for him, but I don't see him being realistic. I can see him fighting off the back foot, using his speed, timing, and feet to stay away from Canelo, but that's very, very, very unlikely. Damn near impossible.
In one of his more candid and relaxed moments, Canelo Alvarez reportedly joked that a fight against Terence Crawford would be easy money, hinting that the payday could reach an astronomical $150 million. While delivered with a grin, the underlying truth was crystal clear: this is more than just a legacy bout. It's a financial juggernaut. With both fighters commanding massive global audiences and elite resumes, the potential earnings reflect just how big this crossover clash could be. But Crawford wasn't laughing. Responding directly, he challenged the idea that moving up in weight puts him at a disadvantage. "People forget Canelo went up and lost," Crawford said. "I went up and won." He made it clear that size doesn't intimidate him, nor does the spotlight. For Crawford, this is his chance to silence critics, prove his adaptability once again, and cash in while chasing greatness. The doubters only fuel him.
Talk all the crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won. He went up and lost. You know, so let's not do that, Canelo.
If it's what I want, I'm gonna take it. You know.
Would you put a rehydration clause in
We'll see. I don't like to talk about other fights.
You understand, like that's the fight that everyone wants to see. That's the fight that fans want to see you in there with. You understand,
I understand that. Same happened with Golovkin.
Yeah, and it happened.
And same happened with Carlos.
And it happened.
And same with Emilio Santos.
And it happened. I think it happened.
And with Troll, and with Mayweather, and with Cotto.
That's why I believe the fight happened. Would you ever go for 175? It's 168. I feel like you fought everybody. You
they're taking belts away from you. 175, you got Benavidez, you got Morrell, you got the rematch with Bivol.
If I go 175, that's pretty much
that would be the first one. But then you can look around and see what's out there.
And then wait.
What do you make of Crawford's performance against Masvidal?
I think he knows why he's he make a good fight. For me, I think because the fight or draw would be the other side.
He was saying your name a lot all week. I was out there
because
in LA.
he want to set the fight. If they don't talk about me, they don't say.
Would you look at a fight with Crawford? In the past, you told me no.
If the money is right,
money's got to be big.
I don't like fighting around.
Do you want to say 168 or look at 175?
During his appearance on the Joe Rogan Experience, Terence Crawford spoke openly about what a showdown with Canelo Alvarez would mean for his career, calling it the biggest fight of his life, both in terms of legacy and dollars. Crawford didn't shy away from admitting that at this stage, the money matters more than it ever has. Early in my career, it was about belts and proving myself. Now, it's about what I leave behind for my family too. With multiple world titles in 4 divisions and an undisputed reign at welterweight under his belt, Crawford has already climbed mountains. But this fight offers him something even rarer, the opportunity to etch his name next to legends and secure generational wealth. Comparing his excitement to the chance he once had to face Manny Pacquiao, Crawford made it clear this isn't just business. It's still personal. He wants the glory and the reward.
Nah, nothing. Nope. You just need like dragons to slay. You know what I mean? Like at this point in your life, you can't even fight a regular fighter.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like I get excited when I don't know why. I get excited when I talk about Canelo, like I used to get excited about Pacquiao.
Really?
You know, I used to get so excited. Like, man, I'm gonna be able to fight Pacquiao. You know, because
is that the one you think got away?
Yeah, it definitely did. It definitely did. I tried my eyes off.
What stopped that fight from happening?
They didn't want to fight.
It's too dangerous.
They didn't want to fight. Freddie Roach said he didn't want to fight. Pacquiao handlers didn't want to fight. You know, I believe Pacquiao, as a fighter, he wanted to fight, but...
Veteran boxing analyst Teddy Atlas brought a compelling, layered take on the Canelo versus Crawford megafight. While Atlas was quick to acknowledge Alvarez's championship pedigree and elite-level achievements, he offered a subtle warning: Canelo isn't the force he once was. According to Atlas, the Mexican star has lost a step. He's still dangerous, but not as sharp, not as explosive. On the other side, Atlas sees Crawford as a special fighter, a true technician in peak form. He's one of the smartest fighters out there. His timing, his footwork, his ability to switch gears mid-round, it's rare. Atlas emphasized that while Canelo has raw power, Crawford has the adaptability and mental sharpness that make him one of the most dangerous men in boxing today. And in a fight like this? That kind of intelligence may be the deciding factor.
Come on, he's human. So he had a few hiccups. He won the fight. He's Terence Crawford. A lot of people say, "Oh, Teddy, you make him so good. You're always saying how great Crawford is." You know, but who's he beating? He unified the. What was his first division? Lightweight. Then he unified the junior. Then he unified the junior welter, then he unified the welter. I think I got the weight classes right. It doesn't matter. He unified like 3 different weight classes. He moved up in weight. Guys are tired of me saying it. I look at him. Look, Canelo's special too. I get it. And he's bigger. I get that too. And everyone's going to say, well, after Madrimov fight again, had a couple hiccups. Now he's stepping up another weight class. Now he's got to fight Canelo, who's even bigger, stronger, better puncher. You know, a unified champion that he's been. You know, all of that stuff. He's not going to be able to handle it. I asked this question. See, I go to the other side. I say, okay, yeah, can Canelo handle the smaller guy who's going to be faster, who's going to be slicker, who's going to be better defensively, who's going to have better legs, you know, who's going to be able sometimes Canelo at this point in his career can slow down a little bit. They're both getting older. I get it.
Former world champion Amir Khan, who's uniquely faced both Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford in the ring, offered insight few can match. Speaking from experience, Khan acknowledged the ferocious power that Canelo brings. He hits like a truck, he said, but was quick to point out that power alone doesn't win fights. What stood out to Khan was Crawford's next-level ring IQ, his ability to read opponents, and how effortlessly he adjusts to different styles mid-fight. Crawford made me miss, made me pay, Khan recalled. His footwork and timing are special. In Khan's view, it's Crawford's intelligence, not just his skill, that could turn the tide against a heavy hitter like Canelo. While Canelo may come forward with brute strength, Crawford could win the battle with brains, and in elite boxing, that might be the deadliest weapon of all.
It could have gone either way because I had probably Skull winning by 2 rounds. I mean, I like Canelo, I think he's a great fighter, but the thing is, I think that he was looking he was picking the shots better and landing the better, cleaner shots. Canelo was marked up a little bit, but look, it could have gone either way. Anyway, regardless how the fight went, it was a great performance by both fighters, but it's made a bigger fight happen now with Canelo and Crawford. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
Is there more question marks being asked in that fight now? Because a lot of people say, look, Canelo's a bigger guy. He should technically be the bigger guy, have too much weight for Crawford, but from that performance, do you feel like it's a lot tight and there's a lot more question marks in that fight?
Yeah, I mean, you need more than size, you need more than weight, you need more than everything. I mean, I think what you need now is you just need box IQ.
For Terence Crawford, this fight isn't just another payday, it's the defining moment of his professional life. Facing off against the global icon that is Canelo Alvarez means more than just another title shot. Canelo is the face of boxing, Crawford said. Beating him means everything. He understands the magnitude of this opportunity and has made it clear that he's not just coming to survive, he's coming to conquer. Canelo, on the other hand, has his own expectations. Reflecting on his recent win over William Skull, Alvarez expressed frustration with opponents who play it safe. Fans want action. They deserve a real fight. He hopes Crawford brings the kind of fire that makes history, not just headlines. With both men agreeing that this isn't about to dance around, the stage is set for a clash that promises drama, skill, and undeniable fireworks.
It's a mediocre mind because they come just to survive, to go to the 12th round. That's a mediocre mind. You need to put a good fight there and put great show. You know what I mean?
Do you think Crawford will employ the same tactics to try and box?
I hope not. I hope not because the people deserve a good fight.
What do you make of the Crawford fight next?
Huh?
How excited are you for the Crawford fight?
I'm excited. I'm gonna enjoy this win and then we can do it.
So now the question hangs heavy: who takes it? Will Canelo's sheer strength, veteran presence, and relentless pressure overwhelm Crawford's speed and surgical precision? Or will Crawford's unmatched IQ, lightning reflexes, and relentless adaptability prove too much for Canelo's brute force? Fans are already split, pundits are picking sides, and the hype machine is fully activated. One thing's for sure, this is a legacy fight that could tilt either man's story permanently. Drop your predictions in the comments below. Are you riding with Canelo's power? Or backing Crawford's mind? Let's hear it.